I hear I hear a lot of Clemson fans that are complaining about the targeting called on your linebacker, and I'm here to say, it's ironic that you're complaining about that because you know, I remember what Wade did last year. Now Wade, like a 5'11 cornerback, goes hits a 6'4 quarterback. The only way that he could hit helmet to helmet with Trevor Lawrence is if Trevor is, kneeling a little bit, and there's no launch in that. And actually, it was Chase Young that roughed up Trevor Lawrence, but technically, by the letter of the law, it was Wade that hit him. The call that's never called. You never see a targeting without a launch actually called. Maybe sometimes, but it's rare. You shouldn't call something that you're not going to call in the regular season for a playoff game. They did. Wade, I think, unfairly got kicked out, and that changed the game. Now this time, it's a Clemson guy, and let me tell you, Clemson fans, be happy that both players got kicked out. First of all, your linebacker, that was a spear. Okay, that was illegal even before targeting. Justin Fields was going to get the penalty even without the targeting call because that was a spear. You're not allowed to do that. And with or without your linebacker, Ohio State was going to win that game. Okay, say for that drive, Ohio State has to kick a field goal. So what? You guys lost by what, 21 points? And that was Ohio State playing not to lose the entire fourth quarter. I mean, they shut it down. And you guys still couldn't break in. I mean, it was 28 at one point, I think, and you got it to 21, but Ohio State was still, I mean, your linebacker, you guys were lost defensively with him. You guys were lost defensively without him. Now compare Wade. If Wade stayed in that game and if targeting wasn't called last year, Ohio State would have won that game. Ohio State should have won that game with that fumble and then that pick up fumble six, and they scored a touchdown, but that was wiped off. That roughing the passer call, that actually on the same play, Clemson player had an Ohio State player by the face mask, twisted him down. That's not called, but Ohio State's penalty against the kicker is called. So there's all these different things. No break went Ohio State way, and they still should have won last year. But let me just say this. If both penalties are called like they were, Wade was called and your linebacker, you guys won a game, Ohio State won a game. If both plays are not called, and the linebacker's play on field was a lot more outrageous than what Wade did to Lawrence. One was a head-to-head without launching. Your linebacker, that was an all-out spear, okay? And most of the time when a spear happens, the defense they make it illegal primarily for the defensive player. That's not the way to tackle. Do you know how many guys have got spinal injuries because they tackled that way? But back to the point. If you're a Clemson fan, you should not complain about that. Because if they called both of them like they did, you guys go 1-1. Ohio State would have won. My point is this: Ohio State would have won whether they called it or whether they didn't call it. Clemson only would have won last year had they called it. Now, do you see my point? It works in your advantage. It works against the advantage of Ohio State. So, Clemson fans, you guys kind of need to just man up a little bit and just be more humble. You guys lost. You guys got drumped. Now, when Ohio State was ranked number one and they played Florida, and Florida dominated that game, Ohio State scored the first touchdown, and then after that, it was just an avalanche, and it was clear Florida was the more physical, better team. Yeah, a lot of Ohio State fans had to be more humble after that. Well, you guys, you guys lost 21 points in the college semifinal game. I mean, we beat you like you beat Notre Dame. For 2 years, 2 years you beat Notre Dame like that. Anyway, that penalty on your linebacker, guys, he wasn't stopping Ohio State, okay? So, and call wise, that was a good call. You can't spear somebody, but whether he's in or whether he's out, Ohio State wins that game. But if you're one that argued that Wade was rightly ejected, that was targeting last year, if you thought Wade really did it, then stay by your principles. This was a more outrageous spear. Wade wasn't a spear. This was a spear. If anything's called, it's going to be on your linebacker. So if you think Wade put a penalty, then this definitely was one. Either way, Ohio State wins. But if you don't call either of them, Ohio State wins both games. Anyway, thank you for watching. Take care. God bless.